It's Saturday, Feb 7, just after 8:30, and I'm with Chris and Bev, and they're showing me what's this place called?
This is Dudley Beach. Welcome, Jeremy.
Dudley Beach. So this is now Dudley Beach, and over there is Newcastle. And what's that beach over there?
This is Dudley.
Oh, this is Dudley Beach over here, right? Okay.
And then there's Burwood Beach, and then Merriweather.
Okay. This is Newcastle Beach, so yet another beach on the east coast of Australia. You probably get the impression from these videos that Australia is awash with beaches, and you would be totally right. I've just dropped my bike into a bike shop, or at least I've dropped my wheel into the bike shop to be repaired, and while it's being repaired, Chris, Bev and I are going for a swim at the Bogey Hole, which apparently is a swim hole that was hewn out of the rock by convicts here in Newcastle. This is the Bogey Hole plaque. It says, below this point, Major James Thomas Morissette, military commander in Newcastle from 1819 to 1822, had a hole cut into the rocks for his personal bathing purposes. Well, this is the Bogey Hole swimming pool. Although it looks a little bit rough today because the incoming tide is causing a few problems. There's two big ones here.
You going to start running?
So you can see here where the rock has been hewn from the cliff face to create this swimming pool. But unfortunately it's so rough today that we're not able to swim. That's the one. Action. Bye-bye. I'm now cycling out of Newcastle on my way south, and on my right here is Lake Macquarie, which apparently is the largest inland lake in Australia. This is Lake Macquarie. And it's still Lake Macquarie, even though I've cycled about 40 miles south of Newcastle. So, as I said, it's the biggest inland lake in Australia, and not that deep. This is a bridge to a place called the Entrance, and I'm assuming this is the entrance to Lake Macquarie on my right here, and this lake extends all the way up to Newcastle, about 40 miles in the distance there. I've made it to my next warm shower host, Rod Lennon, who lives in Womberol at number 9, and I think he's got a bike shop, so this looks like his place here. And what a fantastic view over the bay. Beautiful. I've arrived at Rod Lennon's warm shower, and he's my host tonight. And this is Rod.
Hi.
And this has got to be one of the best warm shower views in Australia.
Straight out your bedroom window.
What a view, hey? And this is Womberol Beach.
Aboriginal for place of noisy rocks.
Okay.
And just down to your right, if you scan to your right, is Terrigal, which is place of many little birds.
That's Terrigal down there. And that's where I'm going for a swim. Right now. It's Sunday, February the 8th at 6:30. And this is what I wake up to. This is looking south to Womberall, where I stayed last night. And as I spin round, this is Terrigal Beach, which is sheltered by the headland over there. It's coming up to 9:30 and I've just climbed the first major hill I've had to climb in Australia out of Gosforth, and I've reached this totally uninspiring lookout point that looks over Gosforth. I'll let you judge whether it's worth climbing for. So you've got the electricity cables going down, and then the shopping precinct in the middle of Gosforth. I'm now cycling down the old Pacific Highway from Gosforth towards Sydney. There is a modern highway further over to my right, but this is the original old highway. Very quiet now. This is the Hawkesbury River. This is the ferry that I'm crossing, the Barara ferry. It's coming up to 3:30, and after 54 miles I've made it to a place called Glenorie, which is just north of Sydney, and this is where my cousin lives, and this is where I'm going to be spending a few days. Glenorie, and this is my cousin Sue.
Hello!
There you go. So I've been festooned. And this is my cousin's house in Glenorie. Well, this is another milestone in my journey, having made it to Glenorie. So here I am staying for a few days until Feb 15. This is the last blog until I recommence my ride from Glenorie through to Sydney and then on to Melbourne for the final stage of just popping out for a cycle ride. So until then, it's goodbye.